circulator and isolator. So in the last lecture, we were discussing about that directional coupler. So two-hole directional coupler we have seen, and in that we have taken the four ports. So there were four ports and the two-hole which were there. Okay, and there were the phase shifter in that also. So now we are going to see the circulator and isolator. So in that circulator, before going to the circulator, we are having some ferrite which is used in that. Okay, ferrite material or ferrite, you can say, in the rectangular waveguide. We are having the metal which is used for the Faraday, and they are basically doing the Faraday rotation. Okay, so if we are inserting the waveguide as a TE10, okay, TE10 mode in the waveguide, okay, rectangular waveguide, we will get the circularly polarized circularly polarized, and the in the circulator and isolator, it is propagating inside this, so it will become circularly polarized. Okay, so microwave circulator and isolator, both, you can say, both circulator and isolator are non-reciprocal transmission devices. So they are non-reciprocal. Okay, so you can see we are having the directional coupler, and the directional coupler, or you can say any device, magic T, whatever we have. So that was not in the directional way, because here in the circulator and isolator, you will see circulator first you take. If we are having the four port, and if we are circulator which is going in a clockwise direction, okay, it is rotating clockwise direction. So if you are having the port 1 here, okay, port 2 here, port 3 here, port 4, so you cannot go in another, you cannot go from port 1 to port 4. Okay, you will always go port 1 to port 2, then port 2 to port 3, then port 3 to port 4, then port 4 to port 1. Okay, because it, even you cannot go from port 2 to port 1, only port 1 to port 2. So that's why it is called as a non-reciprocal, because it is not behaving the same for all the port. So suppose we are talking about first port, so port 1 is not behaving for similar behavior is not there for port 2 as well as port 4. It is the behavior for port 2 is different and port 4 behavior is different. Okay, so it is a non-reciprocal transmission device, and that uses the property of Faraday rotation. Okay, it uses the property of Faraday rotation in the ferrite material. So in the ferrite material, how the Faraday rotation property is there, so that property is similar property which is used here. Okay, so we will take the circulator and isolator, and we will try to see how their non-reciprocal behavior is there, and how we are using the behavior of ferrite. Okay, so non-reciprocal phase shifter we have in this. Okay, non-reciprocal phase shifter, and phase shifter basically it is there, and the main purpose of phase shifter is to basically the shift, or you can say the change the phase of the wave. Okay, and main important thing is this one only. Okay, so non-reciprocal phase shifter means what? Okay, one in one direction phase shifter, suppose in one direction it is providing 180-degree phase shift, in another direction it may provide 0-degree phase shift. So both the direction it is not phase shifter is working same, it is also non-reciprocal. Okay, both side it is not reciprocal, so it is behavior is different. It is 180-degree in one direction, forward direction, and 0-degree in backward direction. So it is due to the ferrite material which is used. So non-reciprocal phase shifter consists of a thin slab of ferrite placed in a rectangular waveguide. Okay, so thin slab which is used, thin slab of ferrite. So material which is used as a ferrite, and thin slab of this ferrite material which is there in the rectangular waveguide at a point where DC magnetic field of the incident wave mode is circularly polarized. So whenever we apply the in the rectangular waveguide you can say a linearly polarized wave, it will become the circularly polarized when we go inside this waveguide. Okay, inside this circulator. So it will, when it will become circularly polarized, so where DC magnetic field of the incident wave, it will become circularly polarized. Okay, so ferrite is a family of MEO Fe2O3. So that is the formula which is given, MEO Fe2O3. Okay, so and where Me is a divalent material, divalent iron metal. Okay, it is represented divalent iron metal, and when a piece of ferrite is affected by DC magnetic field, so if ferrite will be affected by DC magnetic field, which is from the applied wave. Okay, so it is will be affected from the DC magnetic field, and the ferrite exhibit Faraday rotation. So due to this magnetic field, due to the DC magnetic field, they are achieving the ferrite material which affected by DC magnetic field. So they start rotation, and that rotation will be Faraday rotation. So it does so because the ferrite is a non-linear material. Okay, and its permeability is asymmetric tensor. So what is asymmetric tensor? So you are having the D is equal to mu h, one of the Maxwell's equation. D is equal to mu h. So mu is a basically a tensor component, and tensor is what you will have not only one value will be there, it will be in a matrix form, and different direction it will be different value it will give you. So we are having mu bar which is equal to mu naught 1 plus chi m. So it is given as a susceptibility. Okay, so it is having magnetic susceptibility we have, and due to this magnetic behavior, DC magnetic field, a ferrite which acts as a non-linear behavior. Okay, and its permeability is a symmetric tensor. So you can say this matrix is also is not symmetric, it is asymmetric. So this is called asymmetric tensor. So chi m is a asymmetric tensor, and it is represented as chi m bar, which is equal to chi m j kappa 0 j kappa chi m 0, and this is 0 0 0. So that is a value which is there. Okay, and that can be used. Okay, so this kappa and this im is also susceptibility which is there. Okay, so I'll just tell you, just go through this topic in your book. Okay, try to refer, and no need to go through all these detail. Just go through this once and try to understand what we have. So first we are having. See, just I wanted to give you some idea about this why ferrite material which is used here. So the isolator and circulator in both. Okay, so both they are non-reciprocal transmission device, and they basically use the Faraday rotation. Okay, and Faraday rotation why they have used, because we are using the ferrite material, and ferrite material which is used for the to have the non-reciprocal phase shifter. Okay, so for the phase shifter, we are using thin slab of ferrite material, which is placed inside the rectangular waveguide, and it will give you a wave which is incident, is a rectangular wave, is a linearly polarized in a rectangular waveguide. It will become circularly polarized at a point where the DC magnetic field of the incident wave will become the circularly polarized. Some wave which is coming inside. Okay, so wave which is coming inside. Okay, so that will become the circularly polarized. So like we are giving the T 01, okay, or T10 mode. Okay, it will become T11 inside the waveguide. So ferrite basically it is a family of MEO, Fe2O3, and Me is a divalent iron material. Okay, so when a piece of ferrite is affected by DC magnetic field, okay, that DC magnetic field coming from the incident wave. Okay, so it is affected by DC magnetic field, and it will exhibit a Faraday rotation. So ferrite is also a non-linear material. So because of the non-linearity, its permeability is a asymmetric tensor, and that tensor can be represented in this form: mu is equal to mu naught 1 plus chi m, and chi m is equal to this tensor matrix which we are having. Okay, so keep in mind we are having the non-reciprocal behavior here, and that is the important thing which we have. I'll tell you this circulator in detail. We will discuss this circulator in detail, how this works, and how we are saying that if we are incidenting a wave at port 1, we are getting at port 2 only, not in port 3, not in port 2. Why so? Why it is happened? So it is all because of the non-reciprocal phase shifter. Okay, that is used there, and so we are having this circulator which is here. Circulator can have a number of port. Okay, so it is having n number of port. Suppose we say we talk about nth port, or if you talk about any of the port, nth port, or you can say one port, two ports, so for first port, second port, third port, fourth port, fifth port, any port if you're talking about. So if you talk about nth port, that will leads to that will be going to n plus 1th port. Okay, n plus 1th port. So if we say first port will go to the second port, and second port if we incident, that will go to the third port. And if we put in a third port, it will go to the fourth port. Suppose we have 4 port devices, it again fourth will come give you the first port. Okay, so that is the circulation which we have. And if it is in a clockwise and it is placed in a clockwise direction, so if it is placed in a clockwise direction, that will be there. And okay, suppose I am talking about this one. So this is there because we are having uh, port which is given as this way. Okay, so I can represent in any way. I can name it as 1 2 3 4. And if it is in clockwise direction, so it is coming to 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Okay, 4 to 1. And if it is in anti-clockwise direction, so it can be anti-clockwise direction. So I'll represent it as maybe 1, maybe port 1, maybe port 2, maybe port 3, port 4. So it is coming from port 1 to port 2, port 2 to port 3, port 3 to port 4, port 4 to port. So that is there. Okay, so you can see this figure. This is the symbol of circulator which is shown here, and that is basically given as this one: port 1, port 2, port 3, port 4, and it is a circulator which is having the anti-clockwise rotation which is there. Okay. So microcirculator is a multi-port waveguide junction. So it is having multi-port. Okay, it is having n number of port. Okay, so it can be a 4 port, it can be a 3 port, it can be a 5 port, it can be n number of port. So multi-port waveguide junction in which the wave can flow only from nth port to n plus 1th port. So you will have a doubt, sir, if we are talking about 4th port, so it will become 5th port. So fifth will become in a cyclicity, fifth will become this one, first port in a cyclicity. So this will be in a cyclicity form. Okay, so nth port to n plus 1th port in one direction. So this is in one direction. Okay, and port to n plus 1 port. This is cyclicity, keep in mind. Okay, so n plus 1 port. So although there is no restriction on the number of port, so there is no restriction. We cannot we as earlier we had a restriction in the E plane waveguide or H plane T junction or EH plane T junction. We had a restriction E plane T, H plane T. We have a 3 port, and EH plane T we have a 4 port. So here it is not a restricted port, is not number of port is not restricted. We can take any number of port whatever we have required for the application. Okay, so 4 port microwave circulator is most common, which is most commonly used. Okay, we are widely used in the lab purposes also, or many purposes. I'll give you one example also from the circulator, like we are using as a duplexer. Okay, so duplexer is one of the you can say one of the circulator which is used as a duplexer. So what is duplexer? I'll let you know once I complete this circulator. Okay, once I complete, I'll let you know. So now we have one more one type of 4-port microwave circulator, which is a combination of 3 dB side hole directional coupler and a rectangular waveguide with 2 non-reciprocal phase shifter. So it is basically give you this is given as a one type which is having 4-port microwave circulator. So 4 port is there. In that, 2 3 dB side coupler. This is a construction which is given. So 2 3 dB side hole directional coupler which is used, and a rectangular waveguide with 2 non-reciprocal phase shifter which is used. So I'll give you, this is the figure which is given here. In that you can see two coupler, 2 3 dB side hole directional coupler which is given here. So one is this one, second is this one. So two side hole directional coupler which is given here. Okay, so that is there. Now we are having a rectangular waveguide with two non-reciprocal phase shifter. So a rectangular waveguide which is there, in that two section is there. So one is the primary guide and second is the secondary guide. So this is the one which is having, and in that we have a two guide which is shown here. Okay, so one is the primary and the second is the secondary. in that primary we have used the one phase shifter, that is non-reciprocal, and this is also non-reciprocal. Non-reciprocal means what I told you, you're going from one direction to the another direction, you are having the phase shift of 180 degree, and in this direction any other, not 180 degree, that will be different. So this is 90-degree phase shift. You can see this is non-reciprocal in nature. So this is non-reciprocal phase shifter. You can see here also one of the phase shifter which is used in the secondary waveguide, that is omega 3 is equal to 0 degree, and this is omega 4 which is in backward direction, that is 90 degree. Now I'll go in detail and see that the main magic is in the phase shifter only. That's the main thing which is there as the phase shifter and the directional which is a side hole directional coupler which is used here. So you can see we are having the four port 1, port 2, port 3, port 4, and we are talking about it is an anti-clockwise direction. When we apply input at port 1, it should go to port 2 only, not in port 3, not in port 4. Okay, so I'll see here. So first of all, you try to see, excuse, we are having the primary waveguide, and we are talking about we are applying some input from port 1. So if you are applying input from port 1, we are having input at port 1, it is going in this direction, it is coming to coupler 1. So coupler 1 will give you some of the wave will couple to this one, and some of the wave is going to the forward direction. Okay, I hope you understand this. So I am coming to this point, some of the wave is going in this direction and some of the wave is going in this forward direction. So those wave which is going in this direction will have the phase shifter, and phase shifter which is omega 1 which is showing the 180 degree. So it will leads to this phase shifter 1 in the primary waveguide. It will go in the 180 degree and it is coming to this port. See, coupler is providing 90-degree phase shift. Both coupler are providing 90-degree phase shift, but it will provide 90-degree phase shift as soon as we go from this coupler. This coupler means this directional hole. At that time it will provide. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So as soon as you go from this directional coupler, this will provide you the 90-degree phase shift. So this is not providing the 90-degree phase shift from this while we're traveling in the forward direction. We are not going in, we are not going inside the hole. Okay. So this will give you the forward wave which we are having from port 1 to port 2. It will give you the 180-degree phase shift from the phase shifter which we have. So this is 180-degree phase shift. Okay, so I hope this is clear. This is 180-degree phase shift. I'll take another pen. So we are having another line which is going from port 1 and it is having 90-degree phase shift. It is coming here. So it is coming here 90-degree phase shift and it is going in the forward direction from this side. So you can see here omega 3 which is equal to 90 degree. It is coming in this way. Okay, it is coming in this way. So 90-degree phase shift. Okay, and it is going in this way. Okay, I hope 1 minute. 1 minute. Some mistake. So that was not the correct line which we are showing. Okay, I was supposed to, yeah. So suppose this line which is coming here 90-degree phase shift, this line is coming and forward which is give you the omega 3 which is equal to 0 degree, and it is come here and it is going to this directional coupler again. So can I have this 90-degree phase shift again? So there it was 90-degree phase shift, 0 degree, 90 plus 0 plus 90. So this wave 90, okay, plus 0 degree plus 90 degree again. So this will give you 180-degree phase shift. So again, this will give you 180-degree phase shift. So see, at port 2, whatever the wave which is coming here, one is from the directly primary waveguide and one is coming from the two direction, traveling from this first coupler, then phase shifter, second phase shifter. You can say phase shifter 2, phase shifter 1. So second phase shifter and then this coupler 2. So it is traveling 180-degree phase shift. Both are same, both are in same phase. If the if the wave is in same phase, that will be added together. So that will be added together. You will get some wave at port 2. Now we will see the second one. So second one we are having the wave which is coming from this directional coupler which leads to 90-degree phase shift, and the phase shifter will provide you 0 degree. Okay, and again we are not going to coupler 2, so this will become 90 degree plus 0 degree. Okay, so that will give you the 90 degree. So we are getting 90 degree, and this was coming from this point. So I'll take another pen. Okay, so yeah, so I'll take from this point. So you can see we were taking port 1, which is leads to 180 degree till here. So at this coupler, again 90 degree will be added to this line. So we are having initially we were having the 180 degree from phase shifter 1 and plus 90 degree. So that will become 270 degree, which we are getting. So these at this wave, both wave, you can see that is 180 degree out of phase. 180 degree out of phase. So if this is 180 degree out of phase, you can see here this wave was 90 degree and this wave was 270 degree. And keep in mind, we are taking the precaution that when the wave is splitted, when the wave is coming, they are in equal magnitude. So magnitude is not a problem, just the phase we are changing. So we talk about it is a non-reciprocal phase shifter which is used, and because of the phase shifter we are just cancelling this R wave. So wave will be cancelled and that will become 180 degree out of phase. Okay, so 180 degree out of phase, that means there is no wave at all. That with magnitude wise same and the phase is different, that will cancel to each other. Okay, so I hope you understand. So when you apply input from port 1, you are getting only the port at output at port 2, and similarly you can check it out. Similarly, if you are applying the input from port 1, and you can check, you can take it from port 3 also. If you want, you can take it port 3 also, but we are just checking the neighboring one. Neighboring one means from port 1 to port 2 and port 3. Neighboring one, it will maybe it will go from this side or this side, not to the opposite port or not to the nth port. It will only going to the side port. Okay, so only side port it is traveling. If you want, see, if it is not traveling to the side port, that means it will certainly it will not go to the port 3. So that is understood. If you want, you can check it also. We are having the input, we are having the port 1 from input from port 1, and the wave which is coming in, that will be 90 degree. So that will be 90 degree from this direction, and the wave which is coming from 180 degree, and again it will leads to omega 4, which is called 90 degree. So 180. Okay, so here we are having the 90 degree which is coming from this point, and this is we are having the wave which is coming from this point. So that will have the 90 degree. Okay, and this will also be 90 degree, and again we are having the 180 degree phase shifter. So you can see this, you will get here. So we can certainly we can also just ignore this port 3 also, because we can, if we are applying from port 1, it will certainly go to port 2 and port 4. We cannot go to port 3 because port 2 is not transmitting. So port 2 is not at all achieving anything. Okay, so you cannot do. And port 4 to port 3, it will not go because it will in reverse direction. So it will not go. One of the way which is port 1 to port 2 and port 2 to port 3. Okay, so we will have this one. So we will take this from, if we apply input from port 1, we will not take output at port 2. Okay, so we will get output at port 3, will not get output at port 3 because they are in out of phase. Okay, so I hope you understand these things. Okay, so now similar way you can take it take it another port as a input. So if you want, you can take port 2 as input. Okay, let me take port 2 as input. Then at that time what will happen? So if I'll take port 2 as input, then what will happen? Okay, so I don't have any other, so I'll write it down here. Okay, I'll write it down here. So if we are having input from port 1, okay, so I'll take directional coupler here. Okay, directional coupler here, and the phase shifter which we are talking about, this one. If you are applying input from port 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at the time, if you are applying for input from port 2, at that time it should reach to port 3 only, not on port 4, not on port 1, not at port 4. So this is in forward direction. We have omega 1 which is in 180 degree, and the backward which is omega 2 which is called 90 degree. So you should take this phase shifter that should apply for all the port. Okay, not for only one port. You check and write it down. So this should apply for all the port. Omega 3 is equal to 0 degree and omega 4 is equal to 90 degree. So let me check omega 4 which is equal to 90 degree. Let me check it is working or not. Okay, so we are having input from port 2. It is coming to the directional coupler. It will give you 90 degree phase shift. I'll take another pen and try to understand. Okay, so we are talking about this one. So the wave which is coming 90 degree phase shift and it is coming to this way. So 90 plus this 90, you know, this is in backward direction which is going. So 90 plus 90 will give you 180 degree. Okay, now again the one of the wave which is coming from this side and it is coming to this way and it is coming to this point. So this is 90 degree in this backward direction, 90 degree from this one. So 90 plus 90 we gain 180 degree. I hope you understand this. Okay, so these two will give you 180 degree. They are in same phase. Now let us talk about another wave which is coming to port 1. So I'll take it. Yeah, so from port 2 it is directly going in this direction. So it will give you 90 degree phase shift in forward direction from phase shifter 1. And another wave which may come from this point, it is coming to this 90 degree phase shift. It is again coming to this point. It is coming to this. So 90 from this, 90 from this backward, and 90 from this one. So 90 plus 90 plus 90, this will give you 270 degrees. So you can see here directly, you can see here it is directly providing you this value. Okay, so I hope you understand these things. Clear? Okay, and we can also go for port 4 also. So if we check for port 4, let me have this. Let me have this port 4. So you can see if you're talking about port 4. So if you take from this one, input from port 2 and directly coming for this one, so it will give you 90 degree phase shift because of this coupler. And again, one more wave which is taking from this point, okay, coming to this phase shift at 90 degree. And again, this will provide you 90 degree and this will give you 0 degree. So 90 plus 90, okay, and we are having 0 degree, this one, okay. Okay, 90 plus 90 and 0. So this is 90 degree phase shift or 180 degree. So this is only 90 degree phase shift. So 90 plus 90 and plus 0. Okay, 0 is there now, forward direction. So 90 plus 90, 180. Oh, sorry. So port 2 to port 4 we cannot take. Port 2 to port 4. See, port 2 to port 3, neighboring port it will go now. Port 3 and port 1 maybe. Not in port 4, not in port 5, not in port 6. Only neighboring port you should see. So just we should take. I'm sorry, I have taken this. Yeah. So this you should, this blue one, you just remove it. Port 2 to port 4 it will not go. Okay. So it will only go to the neighboring port. So you can see here if we apply from input from port 2, they are in out of phase. They are in out of phase. So we can just remove it and they are in same phase. They are in same phase. So we can just take it. So when we apply input from port 2, we are getting at port 3. So we can just see and we are getting. So all these explanation which is given here, you can go through this. Okay, whatever I told you, the 3dB coupler we have, okay, the phase shifter we have, and the forward direction, whatever the phase we are getting from the coupler 1, okay, as well as coupler 2. So you can explain it. Okay, very well. It is very easy to explain. Just keep in mind you should just remember this phase shifter, what is the value we have. Okay, and this is just taken as a phase shifter 1, phase shifter 2. See if the multi-port we have now, it will change, or maybe the directional coupler we have three coupler we have, then it will change on the configuration which we have. So for not all configuration the phase shifter value will be same, maybe it will change, but it should be non-reciprocal. Okay, so all these explanation which is given here, you can go through this. Okay, now we have one more one of the type, okay, which is circulator which is used. Okay, so one of the type which is used in that we have taken two magic T, one magic T here, T1, you can say magic T1, okay, or EH plane T, and magic T2 which is taken here. So two magic T which is taken here, and you know magic T is having 4 port. So 1 2 3 4, okay, 1 2 3 4. So these two magic T are connected in such a way, or the connection are such in such a way, only the two port from T2, only the two port from T1 that will be out. Okay, otherwise these two port will be combined, and these two port will be joined together. So these will be joined directly this through the waveguide, through the, of course, through the waveguide it will be joined, rectangular waveguide, whatever. So through this waveguide it is joined, and this is also joined with the phase shifter, which is 180-degree phase shift in forward direction. So it is connected in this way. Okay, I hope you understand. So this phase shifter will give you in this direction it is 180-degree phase shift, but in backward direction it is 0-degree phase shift. Okay, so that is given here. So now you can see how this works, and this is given as a port 1, this is given as a port 2, and this is port 3, port 4. Now you can see this two port which is called as a collinear arm. I hope you remember this plenty. So this two port is called as a this port, and this port is called as a collinear arm, and this port is called as a H arm, and this is called as a E arm. You know, I hope you remember the mobile phone which you're taking on your palm, and you taking one more mobile phone vertically on your palm. So that was there. So that is the E arm which was there, and this is called H arm. E arm is also called as a difference arm. H arm is also called as a sum arm. Okay, summation. So this is named as port 1, this is named as port 2, this is as port 3, this is port 4. You cannot change this as a port 2, this as a port 4, this as a port 1, this is a port 3. You cannot change. If you change, your first shifter configuration will change. So this is designed in such a way that it will work as a circulator. Okay, the two using two magic T and 180-degree phase shifter. Okay, so I'll just explain this how this works. Okay, how this works, this magic T work. So you can see, okay, if we apply input from port 1, then what will happen? So I'll just remove this, all these. Okay, if we apply input from port 1, then what will happen? So if you take input from port 1, so if we apply input from port 1 and take some, you can say uh, some wave which is taken from port 1. So just talking about phase only, na phase, I'm talking about phase only. So phase means what? The arrow indication, suppose it is in this one direction. If it is 180-degree out of phase, that means the direction will be changed. It is a tip is vertically, tip is in upward direction, that will become downward direction. So I'll take it. So we are applying through the H arm. This is H arm, na? So H, when we apply input at H arm, and whatever the phase is there, that will be the magnitude will be equally distributed at collinear arm, and this phase will be same. Okay, whatever the phase we have, phase will be same. So you can see here, and this E arm will not get any output. We got port 1 and port this one, port E arm and H arm are isolated to each other. That was the property of EH-plenty. So they are isolated to each other. So whatever the input which is applied here, that will be distributed in these two collinear arm and equally distributed, and they are in same phase. But when we apply from input from E arm, that will be in out of phase. These two port will be out of phase but equal in magnitude. But I'm just talking about E-plenty, and just I'm talking about when we apply input at port 1, then what will happen. So when we apply input on port 1, and the wave which is in this direction, so that will be in same phase, and this wave which is coming, to this path, and it is coming to this part, it is coming to this part, and it is coming to this path. Okay, at this port collinear arm, again this one also, it is coming to this way, and we are going this direction, so that will be not 180-degree phase, that will be in 0-degree, so that will not be rotated, so same phase. So when the same phase which is coming, so this same phase will come here. Okay, and this will be come to this side or this side. When we apply input from both collinear arm, then at that time both port will be used. Okay, this port will also work, this port will also work. So apply input from this collinear arm, we will get output from this port, we will get output from this port. So when we get output at this port, this will be summation and this will be subtraction of these two arms. So if you subtract these two arms, this will be cancelled, this will be 0, because we are just subtracting. So subtracting means this wave will be subtracted from this wave. So subtracted from this wave, that will cancel to each other, and this will be the sum arm. So these two will be summed up, and this will come to this point. So this same phase. So 180-degree, 180-degree, both will become, and there they will be out of phase. so that will be cancelled. So when we apply input from port 1, this is isolated, that will not come here, and when we apply, so we'll get at port 2, not at port 4. So that will be cancelled at that time, and that will also be cancelled. I hope you understand. I'll take one more example to understand this. I hope you understand. Please, whenever you have any doubt, please let me know. I'll stop here and explain you. Okay, explain your doubt. So okay, so I'll take it. I'll just remove this. Okay, I'll just erase it because I don't have another figure. I just remove it, and I will apply input from port. Okay, input from port 4, so that I can use phase shifter also. So when we apply input from port 4, then what will happen? So I'll take it as an input from port 4. Okay, so I'll take it as a port 4. So just in upward direction I'm talking about. So I'm taking input at port 4. So you know, these two will be 180-degree out of phase. When we apply input from E arm, so these two port collinear arm will be out of phase. So we will get this as this one and this as downward direction. So this collinear and this will not get, because this is isolated. This port and this port E arm and H arm is isolated. So when we apply input from port 4, they will get output at collinear arm, but that will be out of phase. That will be out of phase by 180 degree. So you take it as a out of phase, you take this wave and that will come directly to this point. So this will come directly to this point. Now this wave which is coming from this point, and that will be 180 degree phase shifted. So that will be phase shifted from shifter, and that will be in downward direction, that will be coming here. So now you can see here, when we take this two, so this wave is in downward direction, this is also in downward direction. So when you take it from this arm, so that will be cancelling each other, because this port will be difference port. So from this will be cancelled from this one. So this, you will get 0 at this port, and this will be summed up. This will be summed up. This is just summing up this point, this port. So when we apply input from port 4, you are getting output at port 1. And when we apply input from port 1, we are getting output at port 2. Okay, so I hope you understand. When we apply input from port 1, we are getting output at port 2. And when we apply input from port 4, we are getting output at port 1. I will take another example, and just I'll close that. Okay, I'll take another example. I'll just take one more example to have better understanding. So I'll take input. I'll take input from port. Yeah, I'll take input from port 2. Then what will happen? So port 2, it should reach to port 3, na? So port 2, if we apply input from port 2, it should reach to port 3. So if we take input from port 1 and I take this as a wave, okay, this upward direction. So that means it will be come here and it will be in this direction, and that will also in this direction. So it will come in this way, and come to this point, and this way, this one. And port 2 and port 4 will be isolated to each other. So when we apply input on port 2, it will not reach at port 4. So that will be isolated to each other. So this wave will be coming to this point. So this will be coming to this point, and this will be 180 degree out of phase. So it will be shifted, it will come to this point. And this wave which is coming here, okay, so it will be coming here. Okay, so it will be coming to this way. And you can see here, these are 180 degree out of phase. So if you take sum of these two, you will not get anything here. And if you take difference of these two, so difference means you will get summed up. So difference means difference. If you take difference of these two, so they are 180 degree already out of phase. So you one of minus will be multiplied, and that will become plus. So that will become additive of these two, or phase, you can say 180 degree phase will be added to one of them. Okay, so when we apply input from port 2, we are getting output at port 3. That is correct. So if I'll ask you, can you made a circulator? Can you made a 4-port circulator using 2 magic T, okay, and a phase shifter? You can say yes, we can. Okay, so we can make a 4-port circulator using 2 magic T and a phase shifter. Okay, so I hope you understand. So you can see here it is written a 4-port circulator constructed of 2 magic T's and a phase shifter, and the phase shifter produces a phase shift of 180 degree. Okay, okay, clear? I hope you understand. You can say take the wave, you try to understand this, you will get to know. Clear? Okay. So now I'll go to the port of this S matrix of this one. So I'll take S matrix of circulator. Okay, 4-port circulator. You can say 4-port circulator. I'm talking about 4-port circulator. So now n is equal to 4. So matrix dimension should be 4 cross 4. So I'll have S matrix, which should be written in this form: S11, S12, S13, S14, okay, S21, S22, S23, S24. Again, we have S31, S32, S33, S34. Okay, then we have S41, S42, S42, S43, S44. So you can see this is 4 cross 4 matrix. Now you can see all the port are perfectly matched. If the all the port are perfectly matched, if all the ports are perfectly matched, then what will happen? So it will become S11, which is equal to S22, which is equal to S33, which is equal to S44, which is equal to 0. All the diagonal element that will become 0. It is a non-reciprocal. I told you in the starting of the S matrix, properties of S matrix. So S matrix, when it is a reciprocal network, subject to condition that it is a reciprocal network, all the properties follows. Like we had a unitary property, like we had Sij is equal to Sji. I told you, no? Sij is equal to Sgi. So for reciprocal network, for reciprocal network or reciprocal, you can say reciprocal network or reciprocal circuit. Okay, Sij is equal to Sgi. Okay, and also follows symmetry property. But here, okay, this is note, but here it is a non-reciprocal device, non-reciprocal device. So it is a non-reciprocal device. This circulator is a non-reciprocal device. So that means it should not follow Sij is equal to Sgi property. Sij is equal to Sgi is not true. Okay. So at that time we cannot say S12 is equal to S21. That is different, because S1 to 2 is different, 2 to 1 is different. So you can see here, I told you that we are having 4-port. Okay, so I'll take next slide. Okay, can I take another slide? Take another slide. Okay, so I'll take another slide and I'll take 5 minutes more. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just removed all these whatever I have written. Okay, no issues. I'm so sorry. That will not be reflected in the slide. Okay. So you can go through the recording also. We have a recording. You can go through the recording. Okay. So I was talking about S matrix now of this one. So we are having a 4-port. Okay. So 4-port maybe in the anti-clockwise direction what we had. So 1. Okay. That was see whatever we have taken, we will use that one only. 2. Okay. 3 and 4. So that is in anti-clockwise direction. So from 1 to 2 we are going. So 1 to 2 is there, S12 which is there. So from 1 to 2 we are going, and 2 to 3 we are going, 3 to 4 we are going, 4 to 1 we are going. Okay. So can I have this S12, you can say S12 or S13, S14, S1, S12, S13, S14. So what will happen at that time? Okay. So I can have this S1, 1 to 2, that will become 0. So when we apply input from port 2, this is input, this is output. When we apply input from port 2, we are not getting output at port 1. So that is become 0. Now we can have S21. So S21 which is equal to 1. So when we apply input from port 1, we are getting output at port 2. S21 which is equal to 1. Now similarly you can say we can have which all should be equal to 1. Otherwise you can say all becomes 0. So when we apply input from port 2, it will reach to port 3. When we apply input from port 3, it will reach to 4. When we apply input from port 4, it will reach to 1. So that should be equal to 1. All other that should be equal to 0. So this term only will be 1. All other that will become all other except these, all other is 0. All others are 0. Okay. So all other Sij, you can say Sij is equal to 0. You can say directly write it down. All others except this. I'm talking about except this. Except this. And I told you that if it is a perfectly matched, it is a perfectly matched. So perfectly matched means what? S11 is equal to S22, which is equal to S33, which is equal to S44, that is equal to 0. So you can write it down as matrix in an easier way, that is substitute all these and write it down. So I have just taken, you can see S21, okay, S14, okay, S32 and S43, which is there. So that is used here. Okay, I hope this S matrix is clear to you. Very clear. See, if I can say, if I can give you, if I give you one of the circulator and I'll tell you, write it down the S matrix for them. Okay, so what should be the S matrix for this? This is example. So can I take clockwise direction, and I'm taking this as one, this as 2, this as 3, this as 4. Just I have taken, okay, and I give you this is in this circulator. This circulator is work in a clockwise direction. So can I write S matrix for this one? This is should be 4 cross 4, of course. So it is in clockwise. So that means it is going to 1 to 4. Okay, 4 to 3, 3 to 2. This is not always correct. Okay, this matrix is not always correct. But if it is given that if nothing is given, that you can write directly 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1. You can take. But if it is there in a special case, you can say a special case, it is written, the circulator is written, and then you need to write the S matrix for them. Then how we can write? So we can write it in this way. We are taking 4 to 3 and 1 from port 1 to port 2, 4 to 3, and port 3 to port 2, and port 2 to port 1. So we can say at that time, we can write it down, input from port 1, it is reaching to, sorry, 1 to 2, 1 to 4, it is reaching to port 4. If it is taking input from port 4, it is reaching to port 3. If it is taking input from port 2, okay, or port 3, you can see it is reaching to port 2. If we input from port 2, it is reaching to port 1. So this should be equal to 1. All other term that should be equal to 0. So you can do S11 diagonal element that will become 0. S12 which is equal to 1. Okay, and all other term that will become 0. Again 21 is 0. This is 0. 22 is 0. 23. 23 is 1, and this, okay, so this will become 0. Okay, 24 it becomes 0, and 31, 31 of course 0. This is 0. This is 33 0, and this will become 1. Okay, again this is 0. Okay, now we have S41. Okay, S41 is 1, and this is zeros. So this matrix will be there for this special case. Okay, so I hope you understand. If any doubt, please let me know. If any doubt, please let me know. Otherwise, I will stop here.